Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1.
Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Hey, what's happening, everybody in the DC universe? We are doing a live watch-along to hashtag Batman Begins. That's Adam Gertler. Follow him on Twitter at Adam Gertler. And also follow him all over the city of Los Angeles. He's not changing out of his Batman pajamas one time today.
What's that? What about my Batman pajamas?
I said you're not going to change. You're going to stay in them all day.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the day I'm committed to it.
You're damn right you are.
You know, and I have meetings with people after this to be taken seriously, and I'm putting it out there. This is me.
When you go pajamas and high tops, no one's going to mess with you.
Yeah. And these are kind of a sort of sideways homage to Back to the Future, too, and it's like Back to the Future Day today.
Shout out to the watch-along that we're doing for Back to the Future right now.
Hey, what's up,
It's
kids?
just celebrating, Back to the Future 2 is the date of the,
I know.
projected.
No,
You're
they're
playing
doing
for
that
keeps.
next door.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
That
So
was,
that's
I
a
was
little
being
shout out to that.
facetious. Yeah.
And the lady next to me, she not only just put an eaten apple on top of my keyboard and got my buttons. Buttons? What are these called? Keys?
I
All
pushed-
sticky. That's Roxy Striar.
I got your button sticky.
You did. Appreciate that.
I'm really excited to be here. I love this movie, and I can't wait to talk about it. I didn't want my apple anymore, and I think it's completely reasonable
It's just ridiculous.
that I handed it to my love, my
work like this.
my host, Jonny Loquasto.
Yep, everyone loves a good origin story. We are at DC Movies SK, and of course, right after this, we're going to do a live edition of the DC Movie News Show. So let's see if we all have fun for the next 9 hours and see what happens. So here's what we're going to do. We're watching the DVD Blu-ray version of Batman Begins. When we give you the cue, you hit play, we hit play, and we all watch the movie together. And we'll also give you reference points every 10 to 15 minutes in case you get behind, or maybe you get a phone call, or you got to take your cat to the bathroom, or whatever happens. Just let us
So
know.
this is just a test, but what we will be doing to give you the cue is saying 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Start. So when we say start, that's when you start.
Yeah.
All right, Jonny, take it
And
away.
we're going to try to have the live chat going. As you know, internet been a bit of a thing, so I'm going to try on my computer. If you don't hear from me or don't see what I'm typing, that's because I'm struggling to do it. But I say we get started.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we? Are we ready, Steven?
Let's do it.
Shall we? In a 3, a 2, a 1, begin.
To Gotham.
Begin. I like what you did there.
Yeah.
Did you actually hit play?
Oh, that's us.
Well, we actually have to hit play.
Oh,
This is real, guys.
Roxy,
This is
Thank
really
you, Johnny.
real.
hang on.
So
Again,
everyone
it
who
was a
just
test.
started needs to stop.
Okay, we're gonna start again, guys. That was just that was a false start.
Roxy
Again,
had the remote.
I had the
I
look where
gave
the
you the
remote
remote.
is.
You gave me the apple. It was a fair
Okay,
choice.
guys. So we're about to begin. Batman Begins.
We're about
That was
to
a false
Batman
start.
Begins.
Go back, hit back,
Do
get
you
ready.
have the remote.
I have the
In
frickin'
3,
2,
1.
1, begin. We did it!
Did
Now-
we? Did we do it?
Now we're
So
taking a trip
good.
to a Gotham that I can really get behind.
Everything you say since talking about sensuality just sounds,
Yeah. There's definitely. What is it? Medium sensuality? What was it called? Some sensuality.
So you guys realize when this movie came out, like the last Batman film was Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
And you realize the last Christopher Nolan film was Memento.
This is 10 years ago. Can
Well,
you believe
Memento was amazing.
It was amazing,
I
but
loved Memento.
who
so-
thought that would correlate?
that? It's been 10 years since this movie. Since this feature film.
Wow, so this movie and Twilight are 10 years old.
Ugh. Why do you have
Yes.
to mention
Twilight book.
Same
Those
Twilight
two are
book.
so similar to one another.
I love a good origin story.
Okay. Bruce.
It's weird we're supposed to talk, but I don't like talking during movies.
This Bruce is kind of less of a prick than the Gotham Bruce, too, don't you think?
I like David Mazzo's, but I like this one too.
Nah, this kid does a great job.
He's so little that it's like, how could he be a prick?
No, I've seen little kid pricks.
Looks like Katie Holmes.
Oh!
It's a rough landing. Luckily, kids can bounce back pretty fast.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you know. Come on, internet. Jesus.
He'll be good.
No, I won't. Ugh.
Do you guys remember the first time you saw that scene with the
Mhm.
bats? Scared crapless.
You ever seen a bat in person? Even worse.
Oh yeah, of course.
And, any fans in the source material kind of have a feeling of what's going on here, where we are. But if you're new to it, you're just like, what's going on? It keeps you guessing for a while before you catch up to the nonlinear storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And I also love the idea that he's trained already, but he hasn't even begun his next level League of Shadows training.
Yeah.
So they're just... What's great about these movies is the reality that Nolan establishes, that he makes it plausible by showing you how he becomes.
But we didn't need to see the very beginning of that training. I'm good with the next level.
Yeah. Next level, begin.
You think there were people watching this thinking, I don't know, that's Batman right now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. There was a lot of hype around this. I guarantee a lot of people saw this film not really knowing much into it.
I like the fighting style that they use, too.
Better than what Robo-Bat will be?
Not necessarily. I think Batman v Superman is going to be more comic booky, but they really put a lot of thought into saying, like, all right, how would one person engage a lot of people? They make it dirty. They reference that it's not a dance. Oh, this is just such a great scene.
The quick cuts really help it, too.
And it's brutal.
Makes me worried when you smile and you say brutal at the same time, Adam.
I miss playing in the mud.
It's a little heavy-handed, that line, but it's still good.
What protection for that?
Protection for them.
Oh, he's so good. What was Liam doing pre this?
Using unique sets of skills elsewhere?
No, this is pre that.
I know. Just wanted to say that.
I mean, is this the beginning of Liam Neeson's action film career?
That can't be. Let's check it out.
Darkman notwithstanding. I just love this idea that they've been watching him. They've been observing his training, like kind of like, he's a collegiate athlete, and they've been like, we have our eye on this man.
We watched you during training camp, and we love your speed in the 40-yard dash.
That guy was the combine. He even said he was practice.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the first time that Ra's al Ghul came across my radar. And how many different versions I've seen since then.
I also find
that mention.
I also find him more intimidating than any football coach.
Do you find football coaches intimidating?
They can be.
Oh yeah, those guys are intimidating. They're mean.
All about Belichick.
So you got to go big flower, right? Right?
Top of big mountain, big flowers.
Stay on hold. Keep a hold of it.
Well, and I love the idea that that flower is laid in throughout the film, and it's like directly related to Scarecrow and all the things that come back, the fear toxin and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see the Tom Cruise movie Edge of Tomorrow?
Yes.
Because that was taken right from this. That scene where he kind of wakes up, the way we just got off that bus when we like wake up with somebody. Oh, I love this movie.
Can't take a drink from my... There it is. What? It's my smoothie. What?
I was just hearing it.
Well, then I'll...
What's so great about this beginning, too, is like at no point am I ever thinking like, oh, where's Batman already? Like, I'm totally invested in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's only been a few minutes, but...
Well, I mean, but it
I
takes,
see.
I think, like 40 minutes or something before Batman appears.
Yeah. But meanwhile, you can't stand that about Gotham?
No, I'm not waiting for Gotham. I just can't stand the
50s.
show.
Oh, I'm enjoying it this season.
I just can't get into
We'll
it.
get into it. We'll get into it. I'm really digging Selena Kyle this season. She's doing a great job. Anyway,
I feel like Gotham is kind of a chore. It's like a weekly homework. And like when I watch The Flash, I have a smile on my face the whole time. So,
All right, before Batman Begins, Liam was in Love Actually, Gangs of New York, Star Wars Episode 1.
oh, okay. So I guess Phantom Menace was really his like
Yeah.
action coming out. So that makes sense. Because he was great in that too. He was my favorite part of Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
And it's very much the same sort of mentor role that he plays here. And it's also great casting because you assume that he's just generous. You know, you assume he's a good guy, you know.
So Episode 1 was in 1999.
And this is 2005.
Yeah.
we're almost in chat roll. Go, 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 go. It's actually working.
This is also great casting. Casting him as the red herring Ra's al Ghul.
What are you seeking? Yeah, it is good. But people might not know that right now.
Listen, if you're watching Batman Begins for the first time with us, you need to turn this off and watch the actual movie. I feel really bad. Don't do that.
You're allowed to give spoilers during a watch along.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty positive about
This is
those
kind of
rules.
like, I think it's kind of like commentary. Yeah, like Ken Watanabe, like you would just assume he's Ra's al Ghul. You would never think it's a misdirect.
The swerve?
It's a total swerve. So
Yeah.
like Nolan uses great casting to swerve
Yeah, that's true.
because Liam Neeson obviously is not Asian. You're just expecting Ra's al Ghul to look like this other dude. Ah! He's like, I'm tired.
You know what's great though? Even knowing that Liam is Raj al Ghul, then I still am just as interested in watching him now. It's not like because that surprise was ruined.
No, it's not like
The Sixth Sense kind of thing.
I was just gonna say that, yeah. Or once it's ruined, it's not as interesting.
Right.
And there's that comment right there. Like, if you think you're gonna see fancy, sexy martial arts, it's just about efficiency.
And a sweet Fu Manchu.
Yes, he does have the Fu Manchu. So that
He
should have
looks-
been a giveaway.
He looks the exact same age today. He has not aged. What do you fear? Do you bleed? And he's awake.
And this is great. You know, dad image as the Batman coming down on the cable with his robe, acting as the cape. That's good, and it's just subtle enough.
Best Alfred of all time.
Yes.
I love his Alfred, but I have to say I'm very excited about Jeremy Irons. I feel like
Yeah.
Jeremy Irons might be my favorite Alfred.
He'll be
Hey,
great.
we just missed one of my favorite lines, though.
What?
Why do we fall, Bruce?
Well, guess what? It's repeated later in the film, so
you think?
Michael Caine is just the greatest accent ever.
I wish Kalinowski was here so he could do his Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
He actually just texted us. He wishes he was here, too.
I finally saw the last Witch Hunter trailer, and now I see what he's talking about. Like Michael Caine is basically doing Alfred again in the last Witch Hunter.
Which excites me. They would look so pretty on you, Bruce. Speaking of which, what just happened is they closed the jewelry box. If you guys are with us, they closed the box of pearls. We're on the train now.
Introducing the pearls, which people from the comics and the pearls have been a long time part of the origin lore.
Yeah, and the fall of them with the mother. as they get stolen from her.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta love Dad, the super billionaire, but I'm also a doctor. I work more as a surgeon. The billionaire stuff is just the company.
Pretty much.
Slash, like, I'm just gonna take the train.
I'm a superhero. myself.
To be fair, it is his train. He did build the train, so.
That is fair, but, you know, I think, like, a limo, maybe? I'm just not that kind of dude.
It would look way bougie.
It's a pretty sweet train.
It's a great train. I like the idea that even though we're in the past, Gotham looks more pristine, more futuristic.
And it's also not horribly beat up to hell.
No, that's the point. It's like, you know, once the father dies, Gotham really starts to spiral downward.
I want to see this play. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, Bruce, we're going to go see a bunch of devils fly all over the place.
This would scare me as a kid.
Yeah.
So I think I buy it.
More than the bats?
I got scared by like a Sesame Street special as a kid where they were in China and there was some weird stuff that they were doing. And it scared me. There were ghosts or something. Big Bird was there, but it still scared me.
Big Bird's a scary dude.
I was going to say, I get that, but I don't. Not going to lie to you.
They really could have gone out the front door, though. I don't see why they needed to go out the alley.
Oh,
entrance.
Oh, no.
This is bad stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's a different way out.
Do you think anybody was upset about seeing this origin story here at the time?
I mean, it needed it.
What do you mean?
About seeing the origin story now, everybody's all up in arms and seeing another origin story.
Well, you know what? We never had the Batman origin story really done on film before. It was a flashback in the 89 Batman, but they never really... The opening of Batman 89 was like a reference, but it was in the present day.
Oh, man. Oh.
That's some PG-13 pushing R-rated crime.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's just violence without the blood.
Mm-hmm. Oh, his eyes. Johnny, when's the last time you saw this movie?
Years.
Really?
Mhm.
Adam, you just watched
I don't have time to watch anything.
I watched it like last week. I watched both. I watched this, and I said I watched all of them, but I watched both of them. I missed Rises. We'll do Rises again, though. We're going to do all these, I think, eventually.
Yeah,
why
the
not?
whole trilogy.
Might as well.
Look how
Oh, I hate
he's
that.
very good. This little boy is very talented.
Yeah. And now he's probably...
Gary Oldman, man.
20-something.
Just...
Whenever I'm recasting anything in my mind, I put Gary Oldman in it.
It's just the mustache matches the size of his head so perfectly.
That's
It's
why we
so-
love him?
It's a yes. He just looks great as Gordon. He's a great Gordon.
Yeah.
So they kind of use this as a little springboard on the Gotham show as well. Except they really expand on their relationship. I think it's a little bit more powerful if they only met once though when he was a kid.
Yeah.
As opposed to like their weekly meetings and Bruce kind of advising Gordon on how to be a cop.
Yeah, because, you know, I take my advice from 10-year-old boys as well. It sounded weirder when I said it.
That was very odd.
Sorry.
I ain't mad at you.
Good house though. Does anybody know where this house is? This is
Prague.
I can only assume England.
And another great actor, Rutger Hauer, dusting off the mothballs on this guy.
Dusting off the mothballs.
Yeah, he hadn't really done a lot up to this point. He'd been, you know, I think before this, like the previous big film that Rutger Hauer did was I Come in Peace with Dolph Lundgren. He was in a lot of B&B movies. But in the 70s and 80s, he was like a A-list actor. Opa Perel Osapa.
Where is this boy? I must find him.
He's probably... If we had internet, you could probably find out.
So do I. My name is Michael Caine.
How is it possible on IMDb that only 21 people are listed in the cast of this movie?
Say what?
This is one of my favorite scenes.
If you're going to train,
Haha!
train near icebergs.
And like, just this again, just like introducing the tools.
Right. That way we're not like, well, how does he know how to fight?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even the gauntlets, the putting a name to it, saying like he's a ninja.
Mm-hmm.
They spend the perfect amount of time on it.
Well, because he has no superpowers. So
Every
like
shot
when we
is
see him
meaning.
beating the crap out of people, now you get it.
Oh. And the League of Shadows just like dole out their own kind of justice. They're also the local constables.
There is the law, and then there are the rules.
Yes. Oh,
Ooh.
this next line hurts. Batman Gauntlet. Ooh, he knows what he's doing
Yeah.
there. He said your dad was weak. Gotta love the Batman gauntlets here.
Damn, Liam.
Will. That line is a line I live by.
What's
I
that?
always say that to myself. Training is nothing. Will is everything.
Boom.
You say it to yourself?
I do. It's like a guiding philosophical principle for my life.
Huh.
Will is everything. I mean, think about it.
Here's an interesting Nolan backstory on Alfred. I did not know this, thanks to Max Palambella. Alfred was formerly a sergeant in the UK Special Forces, but was injured. He didn't want to retire. That's where he met a young Thomas Wayne when he was working as a traveling doctor. Alfred was tidying up mess halls, which is where he learned how to butler, and Thomas healed Alfred, and they became friends.
And I'd like to know when that was interested, because that was obviously retconned. That doesn't come from like lore from the 40s. That might be, is that year one or is that pre-year one? I'd like to know when that was introduced.
I will ask.
This boy is impossible.
You have to go probably extended cast.
Well,
No.
you can't find
No,
young Alfred? I mean, you can't find young Bruce?
Young,
Maybe
you can't
wanna
find
see-
Lil Weezy? Young Lil Weezy?
I'm looking. He's my boyfriend, and he's gone.
Oh, also, I think the part when he's like, rub your chest, your arms will take care of themselves. Like, I think I heard Nolan say, like, that was just kind of made up. They just thought that sounded cool. Like, I don't think that's actually true.
Like, don't take that advice if you're ever out in the cold.
If you fall into,
If
frozen
you have
lake.
icy hot, you got to rub that chest.
Yeah, definitely.
Or Vapo Rub.
That's what they had, basically. It was Vapor Rub.
Okay. Gus Lewis.
Apparently, Michael Caine came up with it on his own during Batman Begins pre-production.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's cool. That's just like the actor's backstory.
I love it.
Which is very much kind of like the relationship of Harry and Walter Blunt in Blunt Talk.
I was hoping you were going to say Harry and Sally.
This boy hasn't been working much.
Really?
He should.
Maybe by choice.
In Hot Wild. I wish I could do
And how
the Mike Kalinowski Alfred. Although this couch would be tight.
It would be tight. You'd be sitting on Mike's lap.
Why would I be sitting on Mike's lap?
Or maybe you'd be across all of our laps.
Maybe you'd be across all of our laps.
Most likely. Probably would be.
Batman, time to fly.
So at this point, where do you think he was previous to this? He was already off getting some training. And he just came back to town to kill Joe Chill?
Do you mean previous to this, like literally right the second before this? Because we know where he was.
I don't mean this. Where?
Well, we've seen him training.
No, that's
Previous
not
to
true.
coming
You're
back?
out of sequence here. The training is after
It's after
this.
this.
Yeah.
So where did he go in between then and now?
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. So he's had some training. He's been traveling the world. It's like that's what's so cool about it. It's like he goes off on this mission where he's just training everywhere. He's learning, detective skills somewhere. He learns to shoot somewhere.
So he's had some training, not enough. Where was he right before this? This is actually one of my favorite Katie Holmes performances.
Was this pre or post Tom Cruise?
This is well, now we're post Tom Cruise.
Thank God, I like her so much more now.
Did
She's
you
a
guys
human
just
again.
see her in Ray Donovan
She's a human again now.
with her braces?
Very weird. Yeah, but I mean, how does it feel to be recast in the sequel?
How does it feel to go from Dawson's Creek to this?
Yeah.
That's a step up.
Is that what she was in? I could have made that up.
When she was recast in the sequel, I thought that was kind of telegraphing the fact that she wasn't going to make it out of the sequel.
Really?
Yeah, because why recast the same character?
I was just so not that upset about it at the time. I think that she was fine, but it wasn't like, oh, devastating loss.
Well, she was recast. I don't think she was offered the role. Like, I don't think they chose to use her.
No, they didn't. That's what I'm saying.
This guy's great. He's so well cast.
It's such scum of the earth. You want to sock him.
They really make him like appear really contrite. Like it's really good.
How many years later is this?
Probably 20 at least, maybe-ish.
What did he say? What did you do, Bruce? Somebody else shot him.
And this was his whole. Like he thought up to this point, he's not thinking I need to bring justice to Gotham.
No, he's thinking I need to kill the person who killed my father.
Yeah, he was selfishly motivated, and now he has no purpose.
So he's got to find one. Falcone.
Apparently, Katie Holmes turned down The Dark Knight.
I'm shocked by that.
Well, that was 2008. That was Tom Cruise time. She was locked up in the church, baby.
I would like to see some. I would like to see sources for that because I don't buy that at all.
I don't buy it either.
I
feel like Tom Cruise and Scientology were very much involved in the decision.
Oh, that place.
And I'm
is
not just
terrifying.
saying that. I really believe,
Oh, absolutely.
because she got out of that marriage like she was like, escaping
Free.
from a cult.
No, because she was. It is a cult.
She's kind of adorable, though.
Oh God, I love Katie Holmes. Just hope her kids turn out okay instead of being warped by Cruise.
Great line.
This is great. Boom.
Yeah, get him.
Should we reenact?
Yeah, I'll do it. Smack you.
No, I'm doing the smacking.
I will play Katie Holmes.
See, that was a mean line. Your father would be ashamed of
Yeah.
you.
It was well
Mean.
delivered, too.
Your father would be ashamed of you.
Love this guy he gives the coat to. This actor showed up in so many things since then. Wow. Really?
Siri wanted to chime in. That's what people say about me, too.
Heyo.
They say that you're taller than you look in the tabloids?
You're taller than you look on the popcorn talk, Mrs. Striar. I don't know why I said Mrs. I apologize. Ms. Whatever.
Somebody actually came in here the other day and said to me, "You're a lot smaller than I thought you were." I said, "You mean shorter?" She said, "No, just smaller."
Okay, thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
I love the way he
Again.
says fear.
Fear.
How's that spelled? Can you spell it for me?
Feah.
Fear. Yes, he does.
So this is great that Carmine Falcone is giving him the motivation to make his next moves. You got to go 1,000 miles away. You don't know what it's like to be desperate. You're living in fear. And these are what he confronts. So it's just this beautiful way of layering in all the themes that come back throughout the film.
Little does he know that 1,000 miles wouldn't be enough because everybody knows who Bruce Wayne is.
The world is too small a place for someone like Bruce Wayne to disappear. Oh, that was unnecessary.
Really unnecessary. You can see exactly what sets him off every time. Good little roll there.
So this guy is like, what? Is he the bad guy in Taken? He's in one of those Liam Neeson movies, right?
Really?
Yeah, this guy shows up in lots of stuff. Is he in Taken or John Wick? I forget which one.
I don't remember him in either.
Definitely. Chat roll. Where does Coke guy show up? Nice gold. Always stuck with me. I mean, it's not surprising that that guy's gone on to do so much other stuff. I mean, he probably did a lot of stuff before this, too. But
I'm sure. Character actor.
the little roles are so well cast.
Because who would turn down being in this film? Well, I guess that's in hindsight. Did you start to pity them? He's like Aladdin.
This is great, too, yeah.
Kicks the Wayne Enterprise box. I love it.
So he could do the thieving simulator without actually stealing from anyone. He just wanted to know that he could do it, and he didn't get away with it. Ugh. This is like he's about to have his cotillion ball as well. Like, this is his big coming out party. You're going to have your ninja test today.
Well, because his hair's all slicked back.
Yeah, he's all dressed up in his best fineries. But first, you're going to have to trip out on this blue flower stuff.
I feel like if you slicked your hair back, you'd look like that right now, Adam.
Oh, my God. Stop it.
Doesn't he kind of look like him?
Who that?
Adam and Christian.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
All day.
Sure.
Oh, God.
Great comment by Movie Ace. Remember the apple when you see The Dark Knight Returns.
Which apple?
I'm assuming that apple we just saw.
Oh, that apple.
I thought they meant the apple that I gave Johnny.
Oh, that apple's sitting right here.
Yes, remember. Oh, yes.
With the blue eyes.
So, like, what do you think the actual test is here? Like, is there what's the actual goal?
I don't know.
You have to become a terrible thought.
Yeah. It's crazy with no direction and trying to do the right thing.
I guess it's just like a physical challenge.
It is, but it's more like when you don't know, when you're going into something blind, how you handle yourself, what you do.
When you're tripping on blue flower.
When you're tripping on blue flower. You know, in case you ever find yourself tripping on blue flower with people after you.
Blue flowers.
So it's like we're all wearing the same thing. Can you find me?
What senses will you use, my friend?
She's got to get to that box.
But there's no way.
They knew he feared bats. They're playing on him.
I know that he thinks that. But I don't know if I believe that. I feel like I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
He recognizes I'm done now. I can't hide anymore. And these guys, they can take a little pain, so I'm just gonna slice all their arms a little bit.
They won't flinch.
They won't flinch.
I didn't. What did you say? I haven't? I didn't?
I didn't.
No, I said I didn't. Impressive.
Little cape flourish. So he's in the club now. This is
Because he's getting branded?
Johnny. You were in a fraternity?
No.
Okay. I'm just not wondering if anybody's been in a fraternity. If this is what it's like.
Not the
I have a lot of
slightest.
friends who were in fraternities that were branded.
Ew, what?
That's true.
What school?
So it is very much like a fraternity.
I feel like that crazy shit only happens in major big universities.
With coat hangers.
Oh, God. I would never kiss my ass. You want to brand me?
Well, I would brand my butt.
Yeah, that's where they brand themselves.
That's what I would do.
Uh-oh.
Definitely.
Because if you get in trouble with the school,
Getting a phone
they can't
call.
ask to see your butt.
Be right back.
Are you kidding? Johnny, leave the room.
Oh yeah. So like what criminal organization do they represent? Like in this town, or like they just dole out their own justice? I'm very interested.
Do you mean like in comparison to our world, who we can correlate them? Or do you mean...
Just like in this town, I imagine there's some kind of local authorities, but they're not really doing much.
No.
So.
Well, they're scared. I feel like our watch-along should just be an imitation of what they say. Or rum before it.
That was not an imitation.
Didn't you feel like he rolled his rum?
He did, but you didn't.
Oh.
He did. He said Rome. You said Rome.
Rum.
Yeah.
I'm still not doing it.
No. And this is another swerve. Like, they both have the Fu Manchu. So it's like, if you're thinking, like, oh, in the comics, yeah, he looks like Roz. They both could be Roz.
Careful, because it's so loud.
Had to take that as a automobile situation phone call.
Okay, I'll do that one. Bruce, please, for your own sake, there is no turning back.
That was very good.
Oh, thank you. I would believe that he was Ra's al Ghul.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, and in the cast credits, this guy's listed as Ducard.
Mm-hmm.
And Watanabe is listed as Ra's al Ghul, so it's a meta swerve.
Johnny likes those swerves.
League of Shadows do not do the best of fireproofing their house.
No. This
I mean,
all
the
wooden
place
barrel.
goes up very quickly.
I don't think that the League of Shadows ever thought that this would take place.
Well, still, they haven't had the fire inspector there in some time.
You think maybe like a year past due?
Probably. Probably at least. They should have an Ansel system installed.
And when you're watching this for the first time, thinking that he's finally fighting Ra's al Ghul.
Right, exactly.
I have a pretty good kick.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of good kicks in this movie. Ooh.
That was like I was having you guys cue me up to show it. He killed Ra's al Ghul. And saved Ra's al Ghul.
Coming up to the big mountain slide scene. Yeah, I mean, the place is just loaded with explosives.
It's okay, though, because the snow is fireproof. Water. Frozen water.
Water.
I mean, this just looks like a fun ride right here. Oh.
Let him go.
Good lord.
What do you think happened to all the other ninjas that were up there? Did they get out?
Dead.
D.E.D.
You think the whole league is dead?
More importantly, what happened to the bats? Did they fly away?
The bats got away.
The bats were never there in the first place.
Oh, you think the bats were just an illusion?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that there were bats in the box.
I don't think so. I think it's like Pandora's box, but individualized. You open the box, and whatever you fear comes out.
Yeah. No, I think they knew he feared bats. I think they put some bats in there.
I told you that that's what I think that he thinks, too.
There were bats in the box.
And filthy.
Did he say in the depressing?
Depression.
But he's not referring to like the depression in the 30s. Like he's like
I would hope it's not that.
it was a modern Gotham depression. That's interesting.
Probably, yeah.
So this is also very much like
You
his
think
father is the White Knight of Gotham, and he did everything he could to save the city, and then he becomes the Dark Knight, much like how Harvey Dent is the White Knight and the Dark Knight.
You think it's bougie to ride in a limo, but private jet, totally kosher?
Yeah, absolutely.
I downloaded an
Because a limo is not the most efficient way to get around town. Like, they built this great rail. It's a great way to get around town. Like, there's probably, like, 12 different planes you got to take to get back to Gotham here. Like, no. It's the most
Oh, you think
efficient
so?
way. Yeah, plus,
No
he's,
direct
he's legally
flights.
dead. He can't get on an airline.
He's
He's totally dead, so he's not cleared for international travel.
fake passport, a couple connectors. I think he'd be
This
good.
is a post 9/11 world at this point. I love that Alfred inherited everything.
Yeah,
So
you can
great.
borrow the roles if you'd like,
I love it.
as he should, because Bruce knows how to treat Alfred in this, as opposed to Gotham, where Bruce treats Alfred like his bitch.
Well, yeah. But he's a little punk kid. I mean,
The first moment we see is Scarecrow.
Cillian Murphy is
So good.
he's so good. I mean, like, Peaky Blinders is really my favorite thing he's done. Like,
He's not seen enough in this film, and Scarecrow isn't either.
but he's in all three movies. He's in all three Batman films.
I love him. He freaks me out. He looks like John Hamm in this.
Yeah, John Hamm definitely could have played this role.
Oh,
I love this alter ego of Bruce's. Hoodie Bruce.
Well, I mean, again, this is all really exciting. As a fan of the comics, the first time you're seeing real Batman stuff from the comics for the first time. You know, the disguises, the detective work, trying to piece things together. It's just, it's great fan service, and it's also great to introduce people to this side of things that they haven't seen before.
I just wonder if anybody ever dresses up like him for Halloween and chooses this outfit.
that's really. You guys don't get it?
You don't see him? I'm Bruce Wayne. Facing his fears.
Yep.
Like Christina Ricci in The Addams Family when she dresses like a serial killer
Mm.
because they look like everyone else.
She was fantastic in that role.
So much smaller now that he's so big.
That's what she said.
Indeed, she did.
Who did, Johnny?
She.
My she?
You might say that. Not right now, per se. You have a boat.
This is really cool introduction to the cave space. Like, knowing that your house lives on this is it's pretty dope.
Yo, I got this cave and this waterfall, though. Wanna come see my cave?
We get some computers down here, maybe a giant penny.
That's because that's what I think when I see a bunch of water and a bunch of rocks.
This will be a great place to put in a massive.
All my
futuristic computer
technology.
system.
See, those bats are real. Real bats.
Maybe.
No, the other bats were definitely there.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they were just imagining that whatever he opens in the box he's gonna be afraid of.
No, I really think that. I've always thought that.
It's not true.
He's seeing the shaky people, the blue eyes.
Yeah, he's tripping on flowers,
Yes.
but they have no way of knowing that he's going to see bats if he opens a box.
They know he'll see his fear. He's tripping on
Why?
flowers.
How are they going to see his fear?
That he saw his fear. They didn't see his fear.
What makes you think he's going to see what he fears in the box?
The same reason they knew he was going to see the blue eyes.
No. No, not buying what you're selling.
No.
Picking up what I'm putting down?
Not picking it up.
Smelling what I'm stepping in?
Just because I think it goes against the grounded reality of this film.
But he's tripping.
Right. So it's just a box. You don't know that he's going to see something he fears in it.
If you're tripping,
No, again, where's the logic?
it's right there.
If you're tripping.
It's still grounded. His eyes, though.
Yeah, those eyes are pretty intense. Ooh.
And also not true. That slow look up, like, oops. All right, currently he's hitting golf balls. He's helping Jessica hit golf balls.
Great introduction. He doesn't sound, Rutger Hauer could have sold that a little bit better.
So this is a completely different persona he's putting on. Christian Bale has to be mad different people in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the beginning of Bruce Wayne as the costume.
Mm-hmm.
Does this make any sense? This tweet? That makes sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
No, the follow-up. What the hell does that mean?
Johnny's referring to a tweet,
Yeah.
in case you're wondering how this
Poor
applies to
Watchalong
Batman
people.
Begins.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just we get tweets that sometimes don't make any sense.
I see it, John.
Okay, just
But nobody else can see it. So
sorry.
It's not good radio, as they say. It doesn't play.
During a watch along.
I'm a multitasker.
Amazing casting here, obviously. Morgan Freeman,
Yeah.
so much fun to watch in this role. And I love that he's onto him from the beginning.
That Morgan Freeman was, but that he doesn't call him out.
It's understood.
That's why I love
in
it.
the second film, it's more direct. But he's
Yeah,
like,
but in the
"Don't-"
first film, he doesn't call him out, and that's
He
why
says
he's
if-
so great.
He says, if you don't want to tell me what you're doing when asked, I don't have to lie, but don't think of me as an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This is when I think of Morgan Freeman, this is one of the first roles that pops in my mind. And he's been in a million things.
And the thing is, he's been old for 40 years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, he was old in Driving Miss Daisy.
Which means he aged horribly and now is aging amazingly.
Yeah.
That's a tough task.
Yes.
And again, just another reason why I love this film.
Doesn't his silhouette just look like Henry Cavill's? That was so strange.
Just
He looked Superman-esque.
putting the power on in the cave. Like, each thing. Layering it, figuring it out, getting there.
Getting there.
And all of the bats just constantly flying. Because they were there. These ones are.
Yeah. Getting choked out.
The music, too. The score in this frickin'
It's
film.
ridiculous.
Yeah, after the iconic Elfman score, you couldn't copy that, so
We went a different way.
the mood music is great. I mean, it became a little cliche, this kind of music, but this was the first time we'd really heard the Hans Zimmer music like this.
I think it's so funny that we were watching Bruce Wayne take the time to spray paint something.
That's what I mean. That's the stuff that I love about this film. Like, he doesn't just show up. And this, how do we order the cowl? We ordered 10,000 units in small pieces so it doesn't make people think.
That we're doing this. Yep.
Alfred is the man.
Brilliant.
How large? Say 10,000. Yeah, okay.
And then these are all bunk, too, so they have to get rid of those.
From Sons of Anarchy.
Yes, Bobby Elvis.
He looks literally like the perfect Commissioner Gordon. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I'm glad to see him with his hands and eyeballs in this movie.
Oh, yeah, Bobby Elvis. Spoilers. The cowls haven't arrived yet, but it's not going to stop him from going out. Love the early incarnations of the costume.
That's fine. I'll just take a sock and put it over my head.
It's a ski mask.
Effective.
It's not a sock.
It's a sock on a very short leg.
What's a ski mask? Same thing as a sock.
Nope.
With holes.
Totally different.
Totally same. I think I would recognize him if I saw him through the ski mask.
Well, that's why he snuck up behind him and he's got a gun to his back.
I know. I'm just saying if you're going to do that.
But it's not a gun.
Well, staplers can do damage. Don't forget.
If you staple somebody's head.
Yeah, man.
Now we're two. And that's great. And I love this. Love this. He's like, I just recruited you. You didn't even know it.
Yep.
And I also like that voice. I think that's a good enough Batman voice right there. It gets a little far, but...
I like it.
I don't think so at all.
What?
That voice, you don't think it was sufficient?
No, I love the voice. People are always ripping on the voice.
Well, that voice right here isn't what it becomes.
Right, I know.
People should calm down,
I
because, I mean...
I just love the voice transformation.
What do they want, Adam West? Pauses every time he speaks? Sometimes, Robin, you can't get rid of a bomb.
Oh, yeah? Is that how you really feel?
Sometimes you got a base jump. A cotton linen blend, perhaps.
And he's just so helpful. Like, don't you love people you don't have to explain things to? You just go to them, tell them what you want.
Well, Morgan Freeman is so wise. He knows your thoughts.
And Wayne Enterprise just happens to have a little bit of everything he needs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And what is that shape about?
It's like the IKEA of Gotham.
What is what about?
Oh, kind of like the Merc that was on Gotham last week?
Mm.
The Costco for criminals?
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, that was wacky.
Oh, so strange.
I like how they had just the big containers that said acid. We got acid.
That's your line, Adam.
I love it. Oh, Tumblr?
Whoa. Au contraire.
You think he really thought that when he said it?
No, I think he sells that as such.
Mm-hmm. I would be scared crapless to drive that thing.
I once went on one of those like kind of drag racy kind of things, but that they do on a frozen lake.
Mm-hmm. And it
They're
reminds
kinda like
you of
a,
this.
what are the races called, Johnny? When like you're racing, but like cars like will hit each other and stuff. It's not
Bumper cars?
it's not like a demolition derby, but it's that kind of thing where like cars.
Why'd you ask Johnny?
Okay.
And it was like that. You're going around, but
He
you're on a
didn't answer your
frozen
question.
lake.
I love how you didn't answer your question.
What was that? What'd you ask?
She goes, why'd you ask Johnny?
I just wanted to include you.
Because you don't think I know about cars?
Roxy probably knows more than I do. Roxy owns a demolition derby.
It just sounds like something that somebody's into wrestling would be into, like
I know nothing
cars
about
that
cars.
destroy each other.
Okay.
It's like auto wrestling.
Sure.
I love Hoodie Batman. Yes.
Problem with the graphite.
Look how cool that looks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think somebody owns that prop?
Yeah.
That's a great prop. The broken.
Mhm.
I would have that in glass.
Someone took it home.
Oh, yeah.
Someone took it home.
I would even have a broken piece of that.
Even
inside.
this is great. Like they justify the bat ears because he puts this communication device in there.
I love it.
Puts that radio in there. He's like, I mean, and this is cool. It looks like Venom. That's so cool.
And you own these.
I do. Obviously, one big major change is his motivation for bats. Like, they layer bats throughout this whole film from the beginning. In the comic books, Bruce Wayne is just sitting there in his study trying to think, how am I going to do this? What form am I going to take? And a bat flies through the window.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't give you that moment.
But I like the justification of his fears and,
that's the
and
whole
conquering.
thing.
Yeah,
The
I
whole
love
thing
it.
about the Nolan films is justifying every aspect of it.
Right,
How could this exist in the real world?
Exactly, like when you trip on acid and you open a box.
Yeah, exactly.
What's in the box?
Continue, sir. Remember who you are.
So, what point are we in the film? Like, how far into the film
We
are we
just
right now?
got an hour in.
So we just got an hour in, and Batman has yet to appear.
Yep.
Well,
We're getting there, though.
that's true.
But it's great.
But we've seen enough glimpses of Batman coming.
Well, it's a wonderful origin story,
It's a
man.
great origin story.
Don't take on me. Very ticklish.
I love this slow-moving introduction we're about to...
I mean, they use jump scare tactics for Batman. It's great.
Heck yeah, man.
You looking at that, you find that on the ground, you're like, what the F?
Exactly. Exactly. Well, he's staring at it like he thinks he sees it.
Mhm.
He's like, is that...
You know, you do that left, look right. Like, is anybody watching this? I also love just how dark and gritty it gets now. Oh.
Christian Bale.
Stop scraping this.
I'm not scraping. Am I scraping it?
Don't you hear it?
My ear's scraping it. Man, my butt's starting to get sore. Oh, gotta readjust.
The audio listeners are confused by you,
There we
Johnny.
I fell on my tailbone when I was a kid, and I can't sit that long for an extended period of time.
You're just aimlessly shooting.
Well, that's what you gotta do.
Oh!
Oh, that was dope.
I love the squinty-eyed face. Like, what?
He's like, do you guys know how to fight or no?
Is that your Falconian? It was just...
It's close.
All I'm trying to say is, do you guys know how to fight or no?
Mm-hmm.
People always go into the car to feel safer. What the hell is the car going to do?
Well, it's like when a tornado's coming. I think you're safer in a car.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm Batman. And then he headbutts him like Liam did to him, too. And, oh,
There's that dude.
nice coat.
And what's interesting about that flyaway is like you don't see him attach any kind of cable or anything, so it looks like he's just flying, but clearly you have to presume that when he comes down, he's on a retractable cable.
Well, because
And you
he
see
can't
him
fly.
use that later where he actually fires it.
Or, yeah.
But yeah, it gives the impression that he's just flying. It's that theatricality, illusion.
Homeless dude's probably like, all right.
And look, here's the same train, unmaintained.
As she's getting followed.
Oh, boy. Stranger danger.
Pepper spray girl.
Stranger danger, y'all. Oh, boy. He looks menacing. Yeah, get him.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
When you see a man in a bat, I think it's in a bat suit. I think it's fair that you tase him.
I think it's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I getting a phone call from New York now? What the hell is this?
I'm gonna kill you.
What? I'm not going to answer.
I would answer it, Johnny.
347? That's a weird area.
Only
code.
answer it if it's Gertler's mom.
Oh, all day. That would be weird if she was calling.
Gertler's mom all day.
If she was calling me, that'd be strange.
It would be a
How do you
little
feel
weird.
about that, Adam?
It would be weird. I do think that would be strange if my mom was calling Johnny.
Oh, yes. This moment.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about the Flash doing this?
The flash symbol?
Yeah.
Why not?
When did they do it on the Flash?
They just did it.
Was it on last night?
Mm-mm.
I didn't see all of last night's episode.
It was this season earlier.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, you know, they like to borrow heavily from these films on the CW shows.
Especially Arrow.
Yeah.
At this moment, do you think that he knows that the guy that put the stapler to his head is also Batman?
Yes. Absolutely. He's a good cop. He's a smart cop. He sleeps in.
Batman and I have something in common. I'm going to lock it behind him.
He has a
What's he
powerful
drinking?
green juice.
What is he drinking?
It's just green juice.
Oh, I felt like the cup was tinted green, and it was really a protein shake.
It could be. It could have protein in it, but the cup was not tinted green. There were bats in the box.
I can do that many push-ups.
Can you?
Mhm.
Without doing them girl style?
Mhm.
Okay. Awesome.
I can do 2.
Really?
Only 2, though.
You know, Nolan films just look so good. I mean, even if you didn't like Interstellar,
Which I didn't. It
it's
was still
so great to look at, right?
beautiful to look
Like
at.
on that planet with the waves. I mean, it's just
Even the things that are hideous are so beautiful.
yeah, even fairly innocuous scenes.
He might be my favorite,
Who?
Nolan.
Favorite director?
He's up there.
I agree. He's great. I mean, definitely they're all like event films.
I
Some
feel
are better
very
than
safe.
others.
I feel safe in his hands.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that the script's always going to be what I want, but at least I'm going to enjoy watching.
Another great scene. But you know, this is something Michael Keaton did really great too. He played aloof Bruce Wayne really well. Except you almost got the impression with Michael Keaton's version of it that it wasn't an act all the time. Like he really was kind of aloof.
You think so?
A little bit.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's in that he's the kind of guy who's like, ugh, God. For some reason, this gets me. Like those girls taking off their shoes to go for a swim. I find exciting. He's got these great looks where he just kind of like these. He does smarm incredibly well.
Look at this check. Baller.
Like, the maitre d' of the restaurant somehow has the ability to sell the hotel. He just cuts this guy a check.
I'm buying this hotel. The dude's like, yeah.
So he gives this guy a check. Like, who's he? He's not the property owner.
He's schwasty. Ooh.
I like to think that he already arranged to buy the hotel, and that was just kind of a show.
Oh, is that how you justify?
I just justified it that way right now.
I'm telling you, since Ray Donovan, I just picture her with braces. It's so strange.
It's true. I'm like, where are her braces? I think the braces were a great choice because they just make her seem a little off.
He is more. Why is he trying to convince her?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know why he's trying to convince her in this scene. It kind of doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because he's already seen her as Batman.
And he
He's been
also
reconnected
wants
with
her to think that he's not.
Exactly. This is like the one, it's kind of a flaw of his.
It's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you. That's what I tell myself.
That's your spirit line? It's not who you are
Underneath,
it's what you do
that defines you.
Okay. I like that because it's not black and white. Like some people would agree or disagree with that, but I think that's good. And I tell myself will is everything.
I think a lot of people say that it's their intentions that matter, but I don't believe that to be the truth all the time.
Tom Wilkinson, another great casting choice. Some people think he's over the top with his accent
I don't think so.
because he's another Brit. But I like it.
Obviously. I can't stop staring at him.
Cillian Murphy's got some piercing eyes.
Scary, though. In a brilliant way. He doesn't move that much.
Oh boy.
If somebody asks you that question, what's the answer? If I turn to you and say, would you like to see my mask?
If somebody asks me if I want to see their mask, every time I'm saying yes.
Every time.
Yeah. Okay, so Roxy, to get back to your point
Yes.
of what's in the box.
What's in the
He
box?
really puts on the mask there. But do you believe that the mask is there?
Yes.
And then it makes him freak out because he's tripping on blue flower.
Blue flowers.
So the bat is in the box, and it just makes him trip harder.
I don't think so.
I think now you're just being stubborn.
No, I really don't think so, but I like the point you just made.
Okay, another great shot here.
I believe...
All these shots where he's just overlooking Gotham. It's so cool. I want all of them to be my screensaver.
Such a great comment. Zeno Hour says, Johnny is Adam's new dad. I don't even know what that means, but I like it.
Because mommy's calling you.
It wasn't mommy. I wish it was Adam's mommy. It would be a more fun conversation.
What?
Not in that way, dude.
Look at how comfortable Batman just looks sitting there.
Uncomfortable?
No, comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is my perch.
Talk about a perfect Commissioner Gordon. My God.
It's just everything he does, he could do no wrong.
It's so, like, perfect age, perfect look, perfect... Ugh.
You know, he's always fun to watch, even when he's doing over-the-top melodrama, like in The Professional or Dracula. I love him in Dracula so much.
You don't like falafel?
And when he's in Dracula in that red armor, it almost looks like a great Batman costume. And he's cursing God.
I love this. I love this. Shoot him right up.
Oof.
There you go.
Yep,
There's the
that's
bad
it.
boys.
Where were the other drugs going?
Close.
Swear to God, I swear to me. Oh, the script, so good. If you could not be so afraid in this moment, it would actually be kind of sick. Like you were strung upside down, going up and down.
I mean... That's a good point. No, sir, you do not look like an officer of the law.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you're going to complain about that? You're going to complain about the 2-inch fall? You could have died, bruh.
Well, he probably soiled himself.
Come on, bro.
Oh, that's why he's complaining?
Yeah,
because he pooped his pants?
He pooped his pants, and then he got dropped on the poop, and that made it spread.
And the water, so now it's just like...
You're already seeing how this guy eats. I'm telling you, his bowel movements are not solid, end to end.
And with the water, I'm telling you, it's the spreadage.
Gross. It's gross. You gotta get in your car.
Think about that every time you walk down the sidewalk. Some dude like that pooped his pants there.
Think about how many things are pooping in the ocean every time you get in the ocean.
True.
Like fishies?
No fish uses a restroom.
You don't know that.
We're the only animals that have a special room to poop.
That's not true. I had a bird that had an aviary.
I stand corrected then.
It also pooped all over the house.
So glad that aviary was working out. Mine's bigger.
And this is Joffrey. This
Joffrey,
is
and he looks
Joffrey.
so much like Joffrey.
It's so crazy.
When you see him, you can't not see Joffrey.
And I don't believe you either, Joffrey. You little turd.
What are you talking about?
From Game of Thrones.
Oh, I don't watch Game of Thrones. Wait, is that the kid in Game of
That's
Thrones?
he plays Prince Joffrey on Game of Thrones.
Oh.
King Joffrey.
Please call him by his
I don't
proper
trust-
name. He's no longer
was
Prince.
king.
I don't trust anyone named Joffrey. It's Jeff. All right.
You don't watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Dude,
That's a good one.
he's like the most evil.
It's a good show.
I'm sure it is.
In all of these movies, when there's gasoline and then flame, I feel like they're not very careful with it. Like, wouldn't you be scared dumping out a bunch of gasoline?
I don't like going anywhere near gasoline.
Oh!
I hate filling up my tank.
I hate filling up a tank while you're smoking a cigarette at the same time.
Oof. And on a cell phone? Look
Yeah.
out.
Oh.
Oh, hey there.
See how he sees the bat? You think that bat just came out of his mouth?
No, that bat did not come out of his mouth.
Because when he is on it, he sees bats.
I disagree.
Do you see this? How he's seeing the bats. How can you deny what I'm saying right now?
It's a pretty good argument.
Thank you.
It's the best argument you've made yet. Oh, he takes quite a beating here.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Can you imagine watching this, Batman?
Yeah, he's like, what's going on?
Who
You
is
go
this
from
dude?
looking really scary and mysterious to just looking like a freakazoid.
That
You were just
suit
rolling on the ground.
is flame retardant.
He needs Cisco from Flash on his team. Therming things.
Yeah, that thing.
What was that? Thermothread?
I
Oh,
forget what
he
it's
put
called.
the thermothreading in the
Thermothreading?
suit. That was from last night's episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got that far into it. And I passed out at some point. I don't know. I thought he could have. I would have liked to have seen him just like ran really fast, like vibrate his legs and crack the ice.
Oh, Flash?
Yeah.
I thought
But
you
I
meant
guess he was
Batman. I was like, no.
so cold. Now Batman can't do it. It's amazing to me that we're going to see the next Batman on film is going to exist in a world where there's a Flash also.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. Alfred Rescue.
Oh.
I love every time we flash back.
There you go.
His voice is unlike any other voice in the entire world.
Yes.
If I married Mr. Fox, my name would be Rox Fox.
Roxy Fox.
Rox Fox.
Rox Fox. I like Roxy Fox better.
I think I have to find him.
I mean, and then people would obviously call you Foxy Roxy. Like, people already do call you Foxy Roxy. We have a lot of Roxy fans that watch the show.
Some enemies. I'll take them all.
The enemies are probably the ones that want you the most.
I don't know. Usually I have something clever to say back. Nothing right now. She's a boss lady. The way he says Rachel, always like,
It's endearing.
it's the way that you want somebody who loves you to say your name.
Yeah, lovable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Roxy.
Christian Bale's a great actor, and you know everything he says is motivated. He really
Roxy.
gets into every role. This is not a guy like
Is that?
this is a guy whose famous freak out rant was over Terminator Salvation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he takes every role incredibly seriously.
Right.
Because most actors would be like, it's all right. Walk in front of the lights. We're making Terminator Salvation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I just made him Australian,
Yeah,
but
I mean, I heard that, but I was gonna let it slide.
it's just fun to talk like that sometimes.
Like, save it for the Margot Robbies or the what. Like, you don't need to use it now.
Love the way that he gets into the Batcave, too. Instead of flipping back the Shakespeare bust and pushing the red button, a la the Bill Dozier series,
So
he has to play a couple of notes.
you don't want him to blow up his father's office?
Yeah.
That's not how you want him to get into the Batcave.
No.
Uh-oh.
I do too.
Oh, man. That was pretty condescending.
Did you lose one?
Oh. You don't do that to me.
I don't agree with firing the guy, and then wanting him to deliver all this
That's what I'm
information.
saying, like-
Because I would just be like, well, then I'm fired.
He says, "Get me all this stuff," and then he tells him he's fired. Don't,
It's just
bro, not smart.
not smart.
Scarecrow, Scarecrow.
I did like on Gotham this week the Riddler's breakdown of melted cheese and why it tastes so good.
Oh, that was so,
Yeah.
yeah. It was very Riddler-esque.
Very creepy.
Of course, he's talking about
Blue
Carl
flower.
Jung. Is it Carl Jung?
Jung.
One of the fathers of modern psychology,
Sure.
along with Sigmund Freud.
Should really put the emphasis on thugs.
I don't believe that she turned down the sequel of her own free will.
I'm
It just
telling
makes
you,
that makes absolutely no sense.
Neither to Scientology,
I
though.
don't think free will has anything to do with it, man. I think it's
And here's the deal: she was probably contracted to 2 films. If they wanted to use her, she was probably under
Contract
contract
for 3. I think she probably signed on for 3.
So, they may have put that out there that she turned down the sequel, but I don't buy it.
To help her out. I don't buy it either.
Yeah.
This makes me sad.
This kind of reminds me of the Coke factory in New Jack City with all the topless girls.
ooh,
Does it?
New Jack,
Yep.
New Jack, hustler.
You know that scene?
Yeah, but it's all the topless girls.
Yeah, they're all like topless with like surgical masks, so they're not stealing any of it.
Maybe you should have some. This stuff makes me freak.
Oh, worms.
He's like a kid in a candy shop. The
See,
Batman.
this is cool because he's fascinated by him.
Yeah,
he's like,
that's what I'm
you're a
saying.
freak. He's like,
I like when we watch villains care about the talents of heroes. Poor girl.
The funny thing is, throughout this film, we have people jumping in and their first comment is about your PJs. Pretty awesome.
I'm happy that it's starting to cool down a little bit. I can wear these all the time. Although it's
What's
pretty
all
warm
the
today.
time?
4 days a week.
You gonna wash them in between?
Once a week. I don't want them to fade. Cold water wash only.
No, not in the big toe.
That Toto.
That toe.
This is this scene is straight out of Frank Miller's Year One as well. When he's
Sitting
like,
on my nightstand right now.
bats love my Sonics, you know, so they kind of Frank Miller excuses like how he's able to summon the bats by using this sonic frequency, and they use this to get away here. Bats. And this is great too. We get to see the bat creature effect
Oh, it freaks
coming
me out.
Oh, I love it.
Get a whiffaroo.
Ah, it's so awesome. Oh, the oozy, drippy, nasty.
Which isn't actually happening.
That's not actually happening. But there is a bat guy dressed up there, you understand? It just looks scarier because he's tripping on
There
a
is a
flower.
box there. It just
There's a
doesn't
box,
have bats
there's
in
like
it.
a couple of bats in it.
No.
Yes.
Dr. Creed is in here right now. Talk about a
Oh,
bad trip, man.
That was fantastic.
that would really mess up your head.
Mm-hmm. She's not in a bra. Those were straight nips. Is this your guys' favorite movie of the trilogy? Or Dark Knight?
Yeah, Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, but I love them both so much. Like they're one movie. Like to me, this is like Godfather 1 and 2, in the same way that
That's
like
true. Yeah, you can't argue either. You can argue either one.
'Cause
I think you can have a preference between Godfather 1 and 2.
absolutely, but what I mean by that is that they tell a great story together.
Yeah.
Like I see them as one saga,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it's almost like which part of it is better. But like the third one to me is a distant drop off. But 1 and 2,
Although I still really like the third one.
that's great. Some people do. I don't begrudge anybody for liking it. I don't think like you're less of a person. Like I want to like it. I think you have bad taste, but it's not your fault.
Well, that's weird because I really like all the food you cook, so you think I have bad taste?
Big sausage guy.
I was going to say I really like your sausage, but I just couldn't go there, and then I did.
I'll say it.
You have good taste there.
I love his sausage.
Yo, that surf and turf one?
Oh, there it is, the Sonics. Great Year One reference.
Those are the LA Gear air pocket.
Yes,
snakes.
LA Gear. LA, what are those called? The lights? I had those for a minute.
I used to love when the air pockets came out. Everyone thought they were special.
Air pockets
They actually did something.
and the lights.
I
Yeah, they
love
made
this
you-
relationship. I love it.
Back up.
It's like sometimes I can barely understand what he's saying, and I'm okay with that. What is that? Becca. Like, if you didn't know it was backup, wouldn't you think it was Becca?
No.
Adam, can I get you something?
Oh, no, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, if we're taking orders, you know.
We have a question from Movie Ace. Why do you not like the third, Adam?
I don't like the third because, okay,
Is it that you don't like it, or you don't like it as much?
I don't like it. It's all the great explaining
so
that they
cool.
do, all the rationalizing that they do in the first two films, I feel like goes out the window in the third one.
I think there's a lot of holes in it, to be
A
honest.
lot of holes.
Yeah.
And I don't buy Gotham being cut off for months. I don't buy the cops being underground for months. It's
We're
just
going to
like-
cover it.
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah, that's a good question.
No, it's very
just a-
good.
It's like with all these little bats, nobody notices this big bat. I'm just another bat. Just another bat sneaking out of here.
Oh, you think he's trying to blend in?
Oh yeah, he's just blending in.
Right now, still blending in.
Still blending in.
Total blend.
And there's like, yeah, whatever. Just another day.
Those guys are doped up. See, like, that's the reason I love this film. They did all that just to get Rachel around the corner to him, because Gordon could take her out the front door, because he's a cop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the logic that I love. I love the extenses it goes to for the logic.
Said every single person in the world. She probably is in this thinking that this is a delusion. In through your nose, out through your mouth.
There she is.
Lamaze.
Tripping on flour.
Seeing Batmobiles and crap.
I mean, she probably loses control of her bowels here, too.
That's in the DVD extras, I think.
I mean, would that make it harder to see her as a sex object if she lost control of her bowels in front of you?
Nope, we all do it.
I mean, yeah, I think I'm okay with it. Like, she craps her pants. A lot of people do it when they're pregnant.
Look at him double parking.
Yeah, scraps the sides of it. I did that to my car the other day.
I did it to a friend's car last week.
Oh,
Did you tell him?
That's why I had to take that phone call. Oh, no, he was standing there. He saw it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Is there a little damage?
Oh, yeah.
Look where he's going. Look what he's
Damage-
doing.
And that's the worst kind of damage, too, because it's, like, expensive and there's nothing mechanical about it.
I think that the Batmobile can handle it.
Mm-hmm. Get it.
Bridge jumping ability. See, like that, okay? Like,
Who is this guy?
you know, another movie would have just said, oh, it's the Batmobile, it can jump. But we explain that it's a bridge jumping vehicle. Like, again, you know that's going to pay off. He doesn't introduce anything that doesn't pay off later in the film.
Mm-hmm. Or in the trilogy. Although I will say a lot of destruction. Not he doesn't have a choice, but a lot of destruction.
A little bit. It's for the greater good. This thing makes the greatest sounds, too. The Tumbler has the best audio.
Oh, hey now.
You know, I haven't played the Arkham Knight with the Tumbler yet, but that's the main reason I want to do it is to hear these noises.
Oh, the tumbler.
Did Mike do it?
Yeah, I think Mike did it. They have all of them. Like, you could play with the Michael Keaton Batmobile.
Never mind. So good.
Got him.
Backup cam, which is now, like, since become standard on most cars.
Oh, yeah. That's a thing. It's a thing these days. The intensity in his face as he's driving this machine. Compared to her, like, utter sickness. Imagine being at home watching this car chase on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I do that. Do you guys not watch car chases?
Any follow-up?
Just
Oh, you mean if this was a live car chase?
yeah.
on the news?
If you were home watching this car chase, like you're chilling in Gotham.
Top story at 11. An armored vehicle is
Exactly.
leading the entire city on a chase.
Would be the first time I'd be like, I hope they get away.
Way more exciting than the OJ chase, but I remember watching that.
Oh, I do too.
It was like during the Knicks were in the playoffs, I think, at the time, and it was like,
It was,
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
Knicks Rockets, I believe.
yes, it was.
It NBA Finals.
Yes. I was working at Bennigan's. It was on the big screen TV.
Whoa.
Her face, though.
How did OJ get let off after that car chase?
Let's not even.
How did he get let off?
Dude.
He did a car chase. Like, nobody does that.
It was the first of the Kardashians ruining society.
Oh, my God.
It's been a 20-year run.
Oh, my
What?
God.
Robert Kardashian got OJ off.
Oh, you're still on that.
He hid the murder weapon.
I thought we were talking about this now.
I mean, Cochran did what he could as well, but
And then OJ robs his own merchandise to go back to jail.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Are you guys just not excited that she got the antidote?
it was pretty sweet.
I'm still freaked out about OJ, to be quite honest.
Oh, okay, got it.
So it's already in the system. It's kind of like Walking Dead. Like, they all have the virus already.
She wakes up. Is she alive? What are these bats?
You see, in this movie, he's totally using a normal voice.
Oh,
Bale.
is who in this movie?
As Batman, he's using a normal voice in this film as he's talking to her. He's using the hushed Batman voice, but
But he's
going the full rasp.
He's with his lady. He's not trying to intimidate anybody.
Yeah, but he does that in intimate one-on-one scenes in Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises as well. By Dark Knight Rises, it's like everybody he's talking to like that, too. It's a progression. It gets more growly.
Sometimes it takes a while to develop your voice. Mask off. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, duh, Alfred. Great point, Alfred. See, again, mentioning the father makes him turn right around.
Oh.
Oh, but what he does here is awesome. Oh,
Oh, this makes me feel sick every time.
it's great.
I love Alfred.
I can't with this scene.
The apple has indeed fallen far from the tree. It's a bit technical. Meanwhile, he's all these companies and brokerage firms.
Oh, what he says to them, though.
It's great. And true.
Oh.
Like, if you're one of these two people, see something, say something. Don't you think?
Huh?
See something, say something.
That's, generally.
Well, they're catering at the house. She's wasted at a party.
This guy's good, too.
Yeah, the absolute best.
Who is he?
I'm obsessed with him.
Cillian Murphy?
Okay.
He's on the show Peaky Blinders right now on
Got it.
Netflix, which is a great show.
I've heard that.
Going into its third season, I believe. He also did that movie Red Eye, I believe. It was kind of like a thriller on a plane.
Is that Liam Neeson movie? Red Eye?
No, it's a female protagonist. So a microwave emitter is going to evaporate all the water. Would it also, and this is a serious question, pop all microwave popcorn within that radius?
I would hope so.
Would it cook everything? Like just the
But
water?
why just popcorn? Why not? Why isn't the question all the food?
All of
Because all the food doesn't pop like popcorn.
It doesn't pop, but it does cook.
Yeah, it might cook too.
What else pops? Gummy bears?
No, they do not. This one is great.
Oh boy.
And
You
another
think-
misdirection.
Yeah.
Another Fu Manchu.
I love this.
Boom.
Yep.
He did save his life. It's also true. Let my people go.
So this is great. Alfred basically convinced him not to kick everybody out.
This is the best part. But it sucks also.
Good drunk acting. He plays Smarmy so well.
I'm not finished.
Sycophants. Sycophantic suck-ups, my favorite.
A new persona.
That guy's great.
Mm-hmm.
But really, it hasn't fallen as far as one would think.
God damn, these guys look intimidating.
Amusing. Tying it all together.
Blue flowers go, blue flowers. When are we getting a standalone? In 2018?
Has not been announced. Batman film?
Yeah.
There is none as at this moment. Officially.
When do we think we're getting one? 2018?
Yes. Although, I mean, think about it. That would be so much Batman. Like we have it in 2016, 2017 with Justice League, 2019 with Justice League.
And that's if he's not making appearances in other...
But we know there's a little
Standalones.
appearance in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. What's he signed on for 6 films?
I think so.
Those scars on the neck.
I think it's great how this character just evolves with time, you know? Like, if it didn't grow and it didn't evolve, it wouldn't be as great a character it is. Like, where
What,
he started...
Scarecrow?
Because, like, well, the Batman. Like,
Oh.
he started very dark in the 20s, you know, in the 30s and 40s, even through the 50s, you know? Got kind of more marshmallowy in the 50s, I think. And even in the 70s, he was still like the Batman from the 60s, from the Bill Dozier. And then it wasn't really until the 80s that this whole Dark Knight thing really started.
And he's still evolving.
And it's still evolving. So it's like the 89 Batman made sense for its time. And
Oh,
This
yeah,
is very much a Batman of our times.
and nobody believed in Michael Keaton when he got cast, and then he proved everyone wrong.
Yeah, there's always casting outrage. Still to this day.
Of course. Well, it's only worse now with the interwebs.
Keaton, Ledger,
Affleck.
Leto, I don't think people really are appalled by his casting, but people
Some people are. Some
they're
people
up-
are just appalled that the Joker's coming back.
They are appalled by the images that they see, the tattoos and the style of Joker, but not by Jared Leto himself.
Some people.
He might not be Joker. Who knows?
Like Steven, our engineer, is not into Jared Leto as Joker.
He might not be the Joker. Who knows?
Jared Leto?
Definitely think he's the Joker.
I'm just saying.
Feel as if this isn't one of those bats in the box, out of the box situations.
Swerve.
There were bats in the box.
Is that true? At least that's not one of the mottos we live by.
Oh, hey now.
So he leaves him. Otherwise, it would be the end of the trilogy.
Yeah, in classic Batman villain style, you have to walk away from Batman when he's in an impossible trap.
Mm-hmm.
That
Can't
happened
kill
on
him.
every episode of the Bill Dozier show. I got this set up, but now I gotta go.
You can't stab him. Can't do it.
Well, it is fire.
But stabbing him in the heart would have been more effective.
And in all fairness, Batman didn't really leave Liam Neeson for dead. He saved his life.
No, he saved his life.
Yeah.
Bobby Elvis.
Is that the third in a list of serial killers and rapists?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to get popcorn.
Katie, how you sleeping through this, Joe?
Anybody want popcorn? I kind of want popcorn.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I think I'm done with you, Johnny.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm done with you? You just wrote him off?
I dead people real quick.
Wow.
Kind of like Batman. At the same time, popcorn sounds good.
So am I still gone?
You'll never be gone.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Alfred saving the day.
You can't even lift a bloody up.
Alfred motivates him pretty well there. And the mansion burns down.
Well, sometimes you gotta lose to live.
And it's still burnt down in the sequel because they're, like, rebuilding it in Dark Knight. And then it's back in the third one.
And now we have no frickin' idea what it's gonna be like in BVS. Which obviously
Yeah, it
isn't
looked like
related to this whatsoever.
No, but it looks like the mansion has gone through some stuff.
Mm-hmm. You go down into your cave, Bruce. It's so confusing to these people who are just all in his place. And then the place burnt down. Because Bruce is a drunkard.
Hey. Here it is.
He remembered. Of course not.
Never.
Neither have I.
Never.
Your never sounds like scary.
Never.
Like, you sound like Scar.
I sound like Scar?
Yeah.
Never. Never. Mr. Wayne. Or do we learn to fall so we can pick ourselves back up?
No, not why do we learn to fall? Why do we fall? You don't learn to fall. You just do it.
Oh, I learned to fall.
No, it's why do we fall?
You have to
We're gonna
learn
to pick ourselves
fall.
back up.
Learning to fall well.
Gracefully, like a dancer.
Exactly. Hey, Johnny's here with popcorn for everyone. We are on Popcorn Talk. Thanks,
Thanks,
pal. You get paid in popcorn here at the Popcorn Talk Network. I don't know how much of this you can really chew in the mic. It's a little annoying, but I think you might have to suck on it.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and say that Wayne no longer owns this train.
No, he built it for the city. He didn't build it for profit. Wayne
built
Enterprises
this
built it
city.
and gave it to the city.
He built this city
I think
on-
the maintenance and running Joffrey.
It's Joffrey.
Joffrey's back. You son of a bitch.
He pushed Joffrey. Joffrey will
Good.
kill him.
Good.
Joffrey will murder you and your whole family.
You're a nasty little product of incest.
Apparently, they released a
Really, really good-looking people, though.
BVS cover today. Total Film BVS cover.
Uh-huh.
Stay tuned for DC Movie News.
Yeah. I hope we can. Do we have that on the thing?
I think we had a quote from it. I think the Scooter McNeely quote is from that article. But you also get more Michael Shannon madness.
He says the word panic.
Great gas mask, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Great line from him. The pressure, it's spiking. Is it, bro? Is it really? Joffrey's back. Joffrey's back.
She saved Joffrey.
Little did she know what he would become.
Or she didn't. I hope Joffrey comes back to life so they can kill him again. That's how much I hate him.
I'd rather use my life on Jon Snow.
Whoa.
Oh.
Bobby Elvis is freaky.
By your logic, his face was really turning like that.
No, but by your logic, his face wasn't really there. Yes. You know what? I never get sick of watching Batman put on his clothes. And in most movies, if I see people changing, I'm like, boring. Move on to the next scene.
Like 50 Shades of Grey? Yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah, usually people taking off clothes is interesting.
I love the gearing up scenes though.
Yeah, it's the
Gearing up
best.
for battle.
I hope there's great gearing up scenes in Batman v Superman.
You think the people watching are mad about our popcorn eating?
I mean, they might have some at home.
Probably. I'm trying to chew quietly.
Me too.
Fun fact by Movie Ace: 3 of Nolan's friends are in the movie.
Oh, Scarecrow on the horse.
Oh,
Little
boy.
Headless Horseman reference.
Oh boy.
Ichabod Crane.
Yep.
The frickin' train. I told you should have taken a limo.
See, even the train plays back into the main plot of the film. Like, he layers everything back in. Everything comes back.
Can you guys drive a stick? Like, if Batman just asked you guys that, would you be able to help him?
I would be screwed. Gotham would be in ruins.
Joffrey's face again.
I would shred the transmission on the Batmobile.
Be afraid, Joffrey. Be very afraid. And the taser comes back into play as
And
well.
he looks like the Headless Horseman there. That's a great shot where he's like leaning back. He looks like the Headless Horseman. Awesome.
And we see that she didn't need Batman to save her that time. She tased the crap out of him.
Fun fact, he's a reference to the Headless Horseman. Christopher Walken, who plays Max Schreck in Batman Returns, also played the Headless Horseman in Sleepy Hollow, directed by Tim Burton.
There you go.
I like it.
See, it all comes back around.
Gertler with that FX movie download knowledge for all of us.
Exactly. I wish we got to do Batman on FX Movie Download, and I'm hoping that we're going to get to do Man of Steel because they're showing Man of Steel on FX all the time.
Isn't that too long though?
No, not at all.
What do you mean too long?
For FX movie download.
No. I hope not. I mean, we haven't got it yet, but I really hope so.
Put it out there in the universe.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
How did
everybody
Joffrey
please
just go
tweet
from up
FX
there?
Networks. Say you want to see an FX movie download of Man of Steel.
Joffrey was in her arms, and then he was on the ground. That was a weird cut. Yes, he could.
And he does it. He can't resist her.
Remember that's my favorite?
Yep.
It's a good line, dude.
And that's a great jump, too. Oh, my God, so good. It's like you're playing Arkham Knight. This is what you do all through Arkham Knight around Gotham.
What I do that defines me.
This is also great, too, that everybody sees the freaky thing.
Do you think this role is what thought of Scientology? Like, hey, let's recruit Katie Holmes to marry Tom Cruise.
Mm-mm.
Because this kind of was huge.
No, I don't think so.
No?
That's cool. So he hasn't really seen him. That's good. He's seen him jumping around the rooftops in the car, but he hasn't seen him in costume.
Mm-hmm. Or spoken to him. In costume. Ooh, pop, pop, pop.
Oh,
Bam, whap, bam.
Are you like the comic book version of it?
he's giving the
Pow,
effects, yeah.
womp.
The Adam West version, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Da-na-na-na-na. Oh, hell yeah.
For anybody who's watching live with us, Batman is currently being accosted, and we have hit the 2-hour mark. So that's where we are. We're at 2 hours into the film,
Final 20 minutes left.
and Batman just got himself out of a sticky situation.
How did you know that exactly, Roxy?
Yeah, I asked Johnny the same question. It's right there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm a very observant kind of fella.
Oh.
Are you, Johnny?
Not usually. I'm amazed I actually figured that part out.
Yeah, I kept seeing him typing into the chat like 140. I was like, how does he know?
Yeah. I have one of them memories.
You've just been counting the seconds as we go. Just dropped a piece of popcorn down my shirt.
Well,
I'm not taking that bait.
Batman would. He'd help me.
okay.
What?
It's not what in the shirt that defines. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yo, that breakable glass, though.
Nice.
No, Liam,
Here we
you will
go.
never learn.
Here's the one-on-one redo.
That's a fast train.
Great Foley work in this film. Those kicks land with such a great thud.
I have no complaints about a single sound in this movie.
No.
I want that to be a ride. Why isn't that a theme park ride?
Have you been on Batman the Ride?
Not like this.
There's one at Magic Mountain, isn't there?
Not in the train like this.
Yeah, there is Batman the Rides. It's fun.
Not like this. The Batman ride is pretty.
Is it one of the ones where you're suspended, where your legs are
Legs.
dangling?
No, the leg one is
That's Superman, the ride.
No, Superman isn't leg suspended. The leg suspended one is like X3 or something.
Oh, he quotes his dad to him.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Don't be afraid, Bruce. It's not cool."
Yeah, damn right.
Hey.
I love that excitement out of him.
Commissioner Gordon.
Through all
man.
the films, they have a great Gordon-Batman relationship. Is great.
What did he just say?
Mind your surroundings.
It sounded like a bunch of river dicks.
No, they're quoting each other to each other.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't get that one.
But I don't have to save you.
Yeah.
Great get around.
And I love watching him go right out of that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Closes his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys saw this, was anybody thinking maybe he made it?
Yeah, probably. I think the first time. And then this happens. But I mean, it is a comic book movie, and anytime you don't see a body, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And he is Ra's al Ghul. Which means head of the demon.
Mm.
Ding, 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 ding. He waves. Hiya.
Hiya. Hi there.
It's all about bookends, this film. It's all
I love
about
this.
answering.
I love this moment. Drunken billionaire burns down house. Home. Loser.
I love it. He's a great Bruce Wayne. He might be a better Bruce Wayne than Batman. I love him as Bruce Wayne.
He's the most incredible Bruce Wayne. Yes, I love when they quote each other.
Yeah. Great callback.
Yeah, the whole last 10 minutes of the film
It's
is
just
all
them quoting
it's
each
all-
other.
It's all callbacks.
What's up, girl?
I feel like
I always like that shirt.
No, I was just about to say I feel like it's not practical.
You know what is practical? That little nip peeking through.
That's why I said she's not wearing bra most of this.
Scientologists don't wear bras.
Someone commented on that in chat roll too.
What?
That apparently she's not wearing a bra. I don't know.
Yeah, her nips come out hard.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that look on a woman though.
She does have that like sideways smirk. That is her real
That's her,
trademark.
that's her
isn't it?
thing.
Mm-hmm.
She talks out of the side of her mouth.
Her and Drew Barrymore got that on lock.
Drew Barrymore would have been really good in this role.
What?
What do you mean what?
She's not a good actress. Come on.
Drew Barrymore?
Nah.
She already had her. I was gonna say she already had her chance at Batman, but I think I was thinking of Alicia Silverstone.
Drew Barrymore's great.
I don't think she is.
Huh?
I liked her in Wedding Singer. Otherwise, I don't believe her in anything.
Charlie's Angels?
Hell no. That movie was awful.
I think she was best in E.T.
I'm also not a
She was really good in E.T.
I also can't stand Cameron Diaz, so anything with her I'm not going to like.
Are you kidding? What Happens in Vegas is one of the best movies of all time.
We did that on FX Movie Download.
Ooh, this was your match.
Sure, that was a ratings boost.
No, it didn't. You get it. Sorry, you can't be in the second movie.
Wow.
Can I ask you guys an inappropriate question?
I can't wait to see what Roxy Striar thinks is inappropriate.
It's really inappropriate.
I can't.
Doggy style?
If Katie Holmes had died in
Oh my God.
Whoa, you're not kidding.
There you go.
Wow.
Hard to see anything else,
Well
guys.
done, silk shirt.
in real life, do you think they would have been able to recast her for the second movie?
Wait a second.
Wait, what?
If she had died in real life.
Would they recast the same role in the second movie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
What would they have done?
Different character, taking a different approach. I'm just guessing. Because I think it would have been too distracting.
Mm-hmm. Are you mad that I asked that?
I'm just like, no, I'm not mad at you. That's not.
Okay.
I don't think that was inappropriate either. I don't know why you're wishing Katie Holmes is dead, though.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's...
All right.
All right.
Alfred stands out like a sore thumb.
Yes. And he's like, I give him a better symbol. This now, guys, you have to realize, yes, they're using a symbol, but this is like right before texting was super prevalent. So now I think there's just an emoji that Gordon uses to text Batman.
Okay,
it's much more efficient.
I try to use a bat emoji all the time, but
What do you mean? Doesn't work?
no, when I text you, you don't get it.
I have not seen that. And this is great, too, introducing the idea that Batman is responsible for his rogues.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite Batman relationship in this movie?
You mean as far as Gordon, Rachel Dawes, Ducard?
Alfred, Fox.
Maybe Fox. I love the scenes with Fox.
Mm-hmm.
In both movies.
He's not looking for thank you. Joker card. Oh, I'm so.
But I
excited.
love Alfred too.
I
And
cannot
love this.
wait to talk about Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys, that was Batman Begins.
Absolutely was.
Directed by Christopher Nolan. Screenplay by Christopher Nolan and David Goyer. Whew.
All right, well,
Stay tuned for DC Movie News.
DC Movie News coming up in about 10 minutes.
That was a very enjoyable
Take a couple
first
minutes.
watch along. We tried to allow you to enjoy the movie without us yapping a whole lot, and I think we did a pretty good job.
I think we talked a lot, but
Probably
I hope
in-
that's what we were supposed to do.
Probably until the end when we were eating popcorn over it. That was probably the most annoying. All right, guys. See you next time.
So yeah,
Where
we're
can
going to
we
be
find you?
doing DC Movie News right now. We'll get you the link. Just go to our Twitter, go to our Facebook. We'll figure that out for you. Otherwise, thanks for the watch along, and comment underneath as much as you can. Click the thumbs up, all the use as possible, and
we're going to do the whole TDK trilogy.
hopefully people will dig it. We're going to try and do the whole trilogy. We just got to find a scheduling time to make it happen, and we will. So, see you in a minute.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Christian Harloff, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.